So, not too long ago, we were talking about the possibility that a brand new Batman Arkham game could be in development and it could be made by Rocksteady. Tons of rumors were circulating about this, and we obviously had to take all of that with a grain of salt, and I think we still do. But recently, there was an earnings call with Warner Bros. Discovery, and David Zaslav, the CEO of the company, talked a little bit about the future of WB Games and some of the major franchises they want to focus on. We got an article here from Insider Gaming that details all of the stuff that was talked about during that earnings call, the major key points that we want to talk about regarding WB Games. Before we jump into it though, if you're hyped for the possibility of a Batman Beyond Arkham, we're going to be all over that here on this channel, so subscribe and turn on those notifications. You don't want to miss a thing. But all right, let's jump into this. The article starts off here saying the last year plus for WB Games hasn't been the best for the company, and Warner Bros. CEO David Zaslav admits that. During the company's latest earnings call on November 7th, Zaslav said that the games business is substantially underperforming its potential. And sadly, there is a lot of validity to that. I mean, you can look to the evidence of things like Suicide Squad really underperforming. It didn't meet expectations both critically and financially. And yeah, this article sort of echoes what I've been saying here. This comes after financial disappointments such as Multiverses and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League lost the studio more than $300 million this year alone. Now, WB Games is going to put more emphasis on its most successful franchises moving forward. That is a massive, massive hit for WB Games, I imagine, and I can understand why they maybe want to focus on some of their biggest franchises after this. David Zaslav is quoted here saying, "I think we're through some of the worst, and it hasn't been pretty on the gaming business. But we have 4 games that are really powerful and have a real constituency that love them, and we're going to focus on those 4 primarily. We're going to go away from trying to launch 10, 12, 15, 20 different games. I think we have a real chance now with focus to have the gaming business be steadier." I think that's an interesting approach, and I mean, I think that's fair considering where the games business is as a whole. AAA games taking so long to develop. It is really difficult to be pumping out games every single year or every other year. I feel like for a lot of people who are fans of things like the Assassin's Creed franchise, the reason why it started to fall off, the reason why some of the game's quality decreased for people was because they were releasing those games every single year. Making games is just not as easy as it was 10, 15 years ago. You're working with newer, more advanced hardware, and you're wanting to deliver on these realistic experiences, as that's what's becoming fan expectation out of these AAA open world action adventures. And so yeah, the development times increase because of that. It is very difficult to be putting out those 10, 12, 15 games a year like David Zaslav is saying there. But this is the kicker, all right? This is the big quote that I feel is going to get a lot of people excited and also might be a little worrisome depending on how you look at it. David Zaslav said here that you guys are definitely hitting the like button on this video, but okay, here's what he said. "We have 4 strong and profitable game franchises with loyal global fans. Hogwarts Legacy, Mortal Kombat, Game of Thrones, and DC in particular, Batman. We are focusing our development efforts on those core franchises with proven studios to improve our success ratio." That is very interesting. So David Zaslav says that they are right now putting a lot of focus into 4 major franchises. Hogwarts Legacy, which is now being reported to be getting a sequel. Mortal Kombat, which, I mean, after Mortal Kombat 1, even if they do go back to Injustice 3, you know that another Mortal Kombat will be coming at some point between now and the end of time. And who knows? I mean, Mortal Kombat 1 might not even be done its development. I mean, I don't know how well Chaos Reigns did for them, but we could be getting a Combat Pack 3. Game of Thrones is also a pretty easy lob. I mean, House of the Dragon is phenomenal, and while people didn't love the last season of Game of Thrones, it's still a massive franchise, and honestly, I would love to see some Game of Thrones games. And when he talks about DC, he makes sure to be specific, saying, in particular, Batman. And he follows up by saying that they are going to be focusing development on these core franchises with their proven studios. Now, yes, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League definitely put a dent in Rocksteady's reputation as a studio that makes games. There is no denying that it is nowhere near the level of quality in which they delivered with the Batman Arkham franchise. That's not to say they didn't deliver on the Batman Arkham franchise. I imagine in the walls of WB Discovery, they still consider Rocksteady to be one of their proven studios. So aligning this with some rumors that had come out previously, I think we're pretty close to a confirmation that a new Batman game from Rocksteady might be coming at some point in the future. Now, this could also mean anything in terms of another Batman game. We could be getting another Lego Batman, for all I know. And don't get me wrong, that would be awesome. I know a ton of people out there who would be extremely excited about that. And some people were joking with me on Twitter saying, all right, here comes a Batman MOBA, Batman trading card game on the way, which, I mean, yeah, that wouldn't be like an action-adventure Batman game, but it would align with David Zaslav saying they want to make Batman games. But I do think that one way or another, this hints that we're going to be getting a proper AAA action-adventure Batman game in the future. Whether that's going to be an Arkham game or not, I don't know, but it looks like a new proper Batman game, like we maybe would have wanted for the last little while, is coming sometime down the line. And here's where you can kind of take this as a bad thing, okay? We got a Wonder Woman game that's in development from Monolith, and Monolith absolutely should be one of the proven studios at Warner Brothers Discovery. Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War are phenomenal games, and I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with Wonder Woman. They just changed their website to feature the Wonder Woman colors on it instead of the normal blue that they had there, so maybe we're going to be getting an update at the Game Awards. But also, let's look past Wonder Woman. We now have that game announced. We know it's in development. We know we're going to be getting that game. What about the other pantheon of DC heroes that are out there, man? Why is there not a Superman game that's being talked about? I know it is difficult to make a game like that work because of the character and the character's capabilities, but I know that there is also a talented studio either in WB's house or someone out there that they could collaborate with, as they have announced that's something they want to explore to do, that could make an amazing open world AAA Superman game. I just can't believe that this isn't something that Warner Brothers Discovery is doing their darndest to explore and make happen. And then we can get into other heroes like Green Lantern, The Flash. You know, there's so many other cool characters in DC's repertoire that they're just not utilizing. And yeah, the safe bet is Batman. We know that Batman sells. It's one of the biggest names in the history of franchises, in the history of pop culture. Guardians of the Galaxy was a non-existent brand. I mean, if you're a comic book fan, I imagine a lot of people knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy were, but you wouldn't even consider them household names 10 years ago. Then a movie comes out with somebody who really loves these characters and wants to bring them to modern audiences, and boom, everybody knows what the Guardians of the Galaxy are now. They got their own game, and it was a fantastic game too. That's what's so sad, and a lot of people didn't end up buying it, and I'm mad at you for not giving that game a chance. It deserved one. And I feel like we're at the point with DC where that's what we should be doing, taking some of these other brands, finding passionate people who want to bring them to modern audiences so that more people can know who the Flash is, who Green Lantern is, who Martian Manhunter is. And then we can get excellent games surrounding these characters as well. Or hell, let these games be the first introduction of the character to these audiences. It's a big investment, I understand, but not every game needs to be a AAA $500 million budget type game. Give me something small, give me something linear, something cool, 10-hour experience. I'm down with that. I don't know, for as excited as I am about the possibility of a new Batman game, hell, a new Batman Arkham game from Rocksteady, like that is incredible to even think about. I would still really love if WB Games, if DC were to look at some of their other characters and think about how we can make cool games for them too. Specifically, Superman, please. But hey, with that said, let me now kick it to you guys. Sound off with your thoughts in the comments section below. What do you think about this news? Does it excite you that David Zaslav is basically confirming they're trying to make a new Batman game? Or are you on the other side of it and thinking, you know, I want Batman games, but I also want other DC heroes to get games as well? Sound off with your thoughts in the comments. I've been Caboose. I'll see you guys later.